to the Movie Club Emporium. We are back with the brand new review. Sorry about last week. We had internet troubles out here in the great plains of Western Oklahoma. So we are back now though with the brand new review, talking about a movie that honestly, when this was announced and watching the trailer, I thought it was gonna be weird to talk about because it would have been the movie. It would have been the exact same movie I would have reviewed last week with Ready or Not 2. Only I'm proud and excited to report that it is not. We're talking about They Will Kill You. This is a brand new film written and directed by, I'm going to butcher this name, Kirill Sokolov. It's a new movie starring the number one, the cast of this movie is stacked. Zazie Beetz from Deadpool and Joker. You've got Patricia Arquette, who's always lovely to see. Tom Felton, Draco Malfoy himself back in movies. And Heather Graham. And I gotta tell you, I love that in this stage of her career, uh, Heather Graham is kind of becoming this like queen of like weird horror films. You know, something like this or Suitable Flesh, where it's just like, yeah, she's number one, she's still smoking hot, and then two, she's kind of taking on this new like horror queen thing, almost like she and because she's in that movie with her, almost like she has kind of become the new Barbara Crampton. Even though we still have the great Barbara Crampton, the queen, but it is nice to see Heather Graham kind of doing these fun, weird, and wild horror films. And this is no exception. Yeah, on the surface, based on the trailer, you would definitely not be wrong in thinking that um, this is just, yeah, we've got Ready or Not at home. There's a cat butt. Um, because it does look like, oh, there's we have a feminine protagonist who is in a place full of people looking to kill her for cult like reasons, possibly the worship of the devil. And it is that. The only difference is, while I love Ready or Not, and I really did like Ready or Not too, um, this was something I was not prepared for what we were gonna get, because this movie feels like somebody looked back at all the movies that Nick and I and Shaw and all of us uh in the movie club were watching in the early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s, and just took all those inspirations and made this film. I mean, there are odes to early 90s Tarantino. You've got some Coen brotherness in here. Uh Definitely some early 90s Robert Rodriguez. Uh a huge splash of Jean-Pierre Jean-Pierre Jeunet, uh, the guy who made Delicatessen and City of Lost Children. Uh, it's an absolute blast. I mean, it's right to the point. It doesn't try to be what it's not. There's just this crazy Kill Bill esque music. We've got fire hydrants of gore. Also, odes, huge odes to not just the directors and stuff, but also movies like Reanimator and Evil Dead 2. Like, definitely has some bona fide homages to again our early Peter Jackson films, pre Lord of the Rings stuff. The stuff that we were gobbling up in middle school and high school, and so it was an absolute blast to see this movie. Honestly, I don't want to give any of the plot points away, because there actually is a really interesting plot idea, and when we get to the big like third act, um, it's wild. I Again, this is a movie that I we don't see anymore. You especially do not see this in the theater. This Honestly, I was kind of surprised to see that it wasn't a Joe Lynch film. This director here, this is kind of like, I guess, his first big, like, big American movie. Um, and I was again absolutely blown away. Went in expecting to be like, well, it's fine, but I mean, we just watched Ready or Not 2, so just watch that instead. But no, if I have my druthers, I don't know if I wouldn't pick this one instead, just because it is such a throwback to those weird gonzo 90s movies, man. Like, if Four Rooms and From Dusk Till Dawn meet Grindhouse and Barton Fink with a little bit of like delicatessen. It's a wild, wild movie. And Zazie Beats plays like they all play into it. They're taking it seriously. It's just a lot of fun. It's 90 minutes. You're in and out. The movie starts and does not stop. I was thoroughly blown away by how much I enjoyed this movie. So, again, I don't want to get into specifics of the storylines and everything. I think because the less you know, the better. Again, like I went into this movie expecting just a clone of Ready or Not or Abigail or something like that. Kind of like, oh, it's a really gory horror comedy. Um, but kind of like the same movie, and it is not. It's definitely somebody who has enjoyed a lot of the stuff that young Jason was watching, and I'm here for it. So it's a lot of fun. I'm afraid it's probably gonna get lost because for whatever reason we're releasing it so close behind Ready or Not 2. Um, this easily could have been like a fun Halloween release. Um, I'm glad to see this in the theater because this would have been something that had it just popped up on streaming. My biggest gripe would have been like they should have put this in the theater. So it's a total nostalgia bomb if you're into like those weird movies from the early 90s, late 80s. If you love some Sam Raimi and some like pre-Spy Kids, Robert Rodriguez, and like this weird flair with it's just absolute somebody's head. Looks like this. We would have eaten this up, and so I highly recommend checking out They Will Kill You. Um, Again, I hope it doesn't get lost and kind of bomb because of its timing of its release because it is an absolute blast, especially if I could have seen this in like a crowded theater, uh, that would have been a lot of fun because it is a lot of big moments and I just cannot tell you how blown away by it I was enough. So check out They Will Kill You. Quick and easy one this week. Make sure if you haven't yet, if you did not join us last night, shame on you. Nick and I were live for our March hangout. We were celebrating Easter with old Peter Cottontail Weller. Um, Talking about some weird and underrated Peter Weller movies. That Guy Who's RoboCop for a lot of you. A lot of fun discussions about some really underseen movies. Um, so go back and watch that replay next week. So we are going to see how well a new meta remake sequel goes. And if you're somebody who is speaking of nostalgia, if you're somebody who's my age, the title of the next week's review reminds you of that one friend who had an older cousin who had a buddy that had a videotape, and you all watched it and spent most of your teenage years trying to convince each other that it was real. We're talking about the new iteration of Faces of Death. So join me for that next week. And until then, make sure to give some love to They Will Kill You. Go see it. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.